welcome back to another Lightning Collector 2021 video, where today we're going to be taking a look at Playmate's brand new Power Rangers cosplay weapons. And it's not just one today, we have got not one, not two, but all three releases that they have given us so far. So we're going to take a little look at the brand new Power Rangers Morpher, the go-to weapon of the Blade Blaster, and finally Green Ranger's own Dragon Dagger. So we will be trying all these bits together. Let's bust them open, take a look at these figures, and if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot, and it's nice to know that you guys are enjoying the content. So far, this is all we've got in the UK, as well as the flip heads and the 3 evil space aliens. So if you want to check out that video, I will link it at the end. So let's go down to the desk cam and unbox these beauties. And as I said previously, so far this is what we've got from Playmate. I strongly believe that we are going to get a Saba. It's going to happen because, well, I'll show you why later. But for now, let's take a little look at the packaging. So this is our Morpher. We've got a nice Try Me thing on there. Again, as I said with the previous video, these are aimed at kids. They are kids' prices, which are very reasonable. And obviously, they're not made for people like me. However, I do enjoy this sort of stuff. I never had one of these Morphers as a kid, and I didn't have the Blade Blaster either. So it is nice to be able to get some of this sort of stuff. I've never owned a Blade Blaster. I did 3D print my own, but it was quite large. But anyway, here it is. We've got a nice Reignition logo at the top with our stuff down the side. And this is going to be more of an unboxing than a review for these, because I just think it suits better. Obviously, I'll compare a couple of bits at the end as well, so just so you can have a look. But this is saying we've got 40 plus phrases, so that would be pretty cool. 5 power coins in there, which you can see one is already in there, and you've got 4 at the bottom. On the back, there is just a kid holding a Morpher. A little description about the Power Rangers, and it just kind of basically shows you what you can do. You can clip it onto your belt. I have seen a lot of people take these off. It does quite easily. I won't be doing that, so I won't be showing you in this video how to do that, I'm afraid. But I know that there are some videos out there where you can. But I don't like to mess around too much with stuff. I like to kind of just keep it as it is. Here is the Blade Blaster. So again, we're looking at that same sort of packaging, and very basics, just a Blade Blaster with lights and sounds, 20 plus phrases and sound effects. The color on it looks pretty nice. It's got some lights at the end. And on the back just shows us the couple of modes that it goes into and all that sort of stuff. Some other bits that you can buy. Again, the same description that you're seeing on most, if not all, of the Reignition stuff advertising. We are able to buy and build the Megazord. However, in the UK, that is not available. So that's a little bit annoying right now. I don't know when it's coming. I think the next couple of weeks it is meant to be here, at least by the end of the month. So if you're in the UK and you're waiting for it, that's probably when you're going to find it. Lastly, we've got our Dragon Dagger. So I don't believe this is out in the US yet. This is an exclusive to Smith's Toys in the UK. So those that are saying it's not because I find it in Walmart, we don't have Walmart here. This is exclusive to Smith's Toys in the UK. So if you're in the UK, that's the only place you're going to be able to get it, at least for now. Again, what we would expect, the Dragon Dagger is considerably smaller than the Hasbro one. As you can see there, it's kind of like just a little bit bigger than my thumb. The other one's a bit more adult size, I guess. And we've got the same sort of packaging. Tells us we've got the Dragon Dagger with the power coin. So you can see our green coin over there. 15 plus sound effects and phrases. We've got a way to summon the Dragon Zord, which does play the tune. And on the back, we've just got, again, a kid holding it, showing us what else we can do with it. So all very, very similar stuff. So we'll start with the Morpher, because we're going to want that open to be able to play with some other stuff. So let's get that out of the way whilst we have a look at this. I'm excited for this. I've been waiting for it for a little while. I'm, happy that the Power Rangers is being kept alive somehow. I've got some instructions here that's telling us what to do with that. So a few different bits about inside and changing whatever there and how to put the coins in. We won't really worry too much about that. So for the price point, this was £20, which is probably around about, I don't know, 24 US dollars or something, maybe not that. Or if you're talking about euro, it's probably around 24, 25 euro or whatever. Okay, so here is our Morpher out of the packet. I'll just quickly show you the coins as well before we go too deep into that. So we've got the Triceratops there on the back. It's just the buttons, which it will kind of hold in to recognize which Ranger coin it is. Again, Pterodactyl, We've got the Mastodon. And finally, a saber-toothed tiger. You can see they've got that kind of cartoony feel to it. And as I said before, these are aimed at kids, and it is nice to see that they are continuing stuff. On the top, we've got 2 buttons. I'm assuming one is to open it and one is to press the button, but we'll find out in a minute. There's our Tyrannosaurus coin. On the back, we've got our belt clip and your battery cover. Underneath, this is where we've got the demo mode. So if we switch it into the middle, it should now do nothing. And then we switch it to the end, and it should now do something. You can flip that down, but obviously you can see that's the reason why a lot of people are taking these clips out, that for an adult, that is quite hard to get your hand in. I've got quite a small hand, so it's not too bad for me, but it is very much in the way. For kids, it's probably fine, but yeah, it's okay. Anyway, let's open it and see how we go.
It's Morpher time! It's Morpher time!
Okay, so we've only got one phrase when it opens out. It's not like you're pressing it and a different phrase comes out or nothing like that.
We need dinosaur power now!
So this is now specific to the coin. When we had it in demo mode, it just kind of cycled through different things and didn't obviously give us much, but
Tyrannosaurus! Hi-ya! It's Morpher time!
so not a whole lot. To get the coin out, you can just pull the tab and out it comes. In my opinion, that's probably the easiest way to get it out. We'll have a really quick look through some of the other coins.
Tree here, let's do it! Saber-toothed tiger!
Obviously, they're all voice actors. They're not like from the show. When we saw the Lightning Collection one for the first time, the sound quality on that, in my opinion, was not that great because it was stuff that they'd used from the show. This isn't like that. This is just fresh voices, I guess, which may or may not upset some people. So when we open it, we've still got the one sound. Unfortunately, the only way you can get it to kind of do its own thing when you open it out is to press both buttons at the same time. But that's not giving you the whole thing of opening it out and then they call in their name. So that's a little bit of a shame that that's the case. And obviously you can just cycle through them all. There is no hidden sound or anything like that in there. So that's a little bit of a shame that there's nothing really more going on with that. But it is what it is, I suppose. We can't really expect too much. So these are very much giving me the kind of animated series sort of vibe here. So if I could imagine that they'd redone Power Rangers in an animation, it would be this kind of thing that you would probably hear in the show. The one thing I do like about this Morpher, it's a good size, it's light as well. So if you was to clip that on a belt, it's probably not going to sag so much as long as your belt was tight enough. And as I said before, you can take this off. You do have to undo the screws and you can take off some other screws inside and just pop that off. So if you wanted to do that, you can. And I think the main thing for me is that they've given a nice throwback to the 90s version, where this is very similar in the way that when it opens up, it's got the same kind of red lighting inside, and then you've got this red inside the Morpher as well. It's not just black and changing colors and all that sort of stuff. It does remind me a lot of the 90s version. Obviously it has a nice close as well, and the sound quality is good. But other than that, that's pretty much what you see is what you get with the Morpher. Not a bad little purchase, and for the price, I can't complain at all. Moving on to the blaster, here it is again, and this has the same sort of try-me thing, so we will swap modes when it's out. This does kind of just cycle through the same couple of bits. And a lot of them are the same noises that we're going to hear in that as well. So I will open it out so we can have a look at it and try not to scratch it with the scissors. I'm not expecting perfection in this thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not expecting it to do anything crazy. However, it has got something really cool in there that I really like. So I'll just take them instructions in case I'm missing anything there. Okay, so here it is, and again, for my sort of size hands, it's fine. If you're a huge kind of muscular man with huge hands, this may not be the thing for you. For cosplay, it's probably alright. It's quite lightweight, not overly light, but it's pretty cool. So here it is, and let's see if we can find our place to be able to change it into a different mode. Okay, look at the instructions for this. It looks like it's already in normal mode, so it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of different sound effects and things like that. But it does say on there that we've got 20 plus. So what is it, 21? Is it 20? Is it 29? Is it 40? Who knows? Anyway, there it is. This very much reminds me of a mix of the 90s with a bit of a tie-in from the Legacy, because I don't know if you remember, but a lot of these in the 90s, this bit was black, not white. The stickers on them for the eyes, all honesty, they're not great. Mine were half off. It looked like someone hadn't been bothered to put it on, so they can be a little bit wonky and not quite in the right place, as you can see here. But again, this is fine. It was $19.99 as well, so this again was £20. The chrome on it looks pretty good. It's a shame that they didn't chrome that part of the teeth as well, but I'm just glad that they didn't put this in the grey. So I don't care, it's what it is, and I'm happy with it. And again, as I said before, I've never owned a Blade Blaster, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. So let's go through some of the sounds and see if we can shoot down Rita's putties.
Lock on, fire!
Yep, so that's pretty cool.
Let's take him down! Let's blast them! Let's blast them! It's Morphin time! Power up!
So lots of very similar sounds there as you go through, with slightly different sort of change of words and mixes in there of the blasts and the sword clanks and all that sort of stuff.
Blade blasters, up!
I think the only thing that I don't like about the sounds, I'm not going to lie, if I can find it now, that kind of noise, that pure, very much reminds me of like 90s pound shop guns and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. Same sort of voices that they've obviously used for the Morpher, which is fine. So let's have a look at this part and see how we deal with that. So to get it in Blade Blaster mode, we first want to muck around with that. So we want to pull that out, and then that clips in quite nicely, to be honest. Push that down. This isn't very long. Either that or mine's just not coming out very far. I don't know. Let's see if we can... Yeah, that's as far out as it goes, which is okay. But then when you go to close it up, it does shorten it down a little bit. So it's kind of all that wasted, but at the same time, is it... Yeah, so I guess so it's when you can... If I don't hold the trigger. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not really quite sure what's going on with that, to be honest. So I don't know if we're going to get any different sounds now we've done that. Or is it when I change it into a different mode? Yeah, okay, so it's just making a noise when I do that, but because it's got to sit in there, it's not coming out enough, and that noise is just kind of irrelevant, really. But this is quite nice. Obviously, it does light up, so that's okay. So when we pull it into that mode, or you want to sort of... We can make it look like, I guess, we're shooting somebody. But this is nice that they've done this in red. There is a Japanese version of this where this is red. I will post a picture around about here so you can see it if I do find it again. So it's nice that they've done that. Obviously, we've got Power Ranger logo on the side. The sound quality on that's pretty good. Not too bad, again, for another £20. And yeah, not a whole lot to it. Obviously, you can just display it how you want, I guess. Whether you want to leave it like that because it's quite thick at the barrel, you can do that, or we can lay it down with the blade in, or we can lay it down with it out. So I'll leave that there, and we've got one more to go through. Lastly, let's unbox this Dragon Dagger, because that's most likely what most people are going to be waiting for in this video. So here it is, a Playmates Dragon Dagger. Again, this is exclusive to Smith's Toys, and it was the same price as the others, so it was £19.99. And as I said before, it's not overly expensive or anything like that. It is obviously going to be smaller because it is made for kids, and obviously a fraction of the price. And I say a fraction, it's about a third of the price of the Hasbro one, so can't really complain at that. And I think, in my opinion, a lot of people that were kind of on the fence of these, and I don't mean the Dragon Dagger, I just mean the line in general. A lot of people were on the fence with it, or they were saying it looked cheap and all that sort of stuff. And then now it's all out, they're realizing it is cheap. That's why it looks cheap, because it is cheap and it's affordable. The quality is okay, so can't really complain. So similar to the Hasbro one, we've got an on and off switch, which is at the bottom there, which you can see is labeled. We have got one button that works on the flute, and then we've got the mouthpiece, which does our music. It does also come with a coin, which will work in the Morpher. The Morpher is set up ready for it out of the packaging, which makes me, I would say, 99.9% sure that we're going to get a Saber with a white coin that will go in there, because you can do it. So if we press these two down together, it will tell us that there is Tiger Zord sound built into this already. That's the only one that I can find it actually sort of doing anything at the moment, but we'll just go through the green coin. So the green coin obviously fits in there, it's all set up already. So it does seem that they're using the same voice for a few of these, if not most of them. At least Jason and Tommy are using the same one. And a lot of the dragon noises are probably what we've already heard from in the Hasbro one. In my opinion, they are the same.
It's Morphin time! Dragon Zord! Yeah!
But that's obviously where we're getting the 40 plus sounds from, or whatever, is the fact that it's already built in for 7 coins. Here is our Dragon Dagger anyway. I will bring in the Hasbro one so you can see that it's a huge difference in the size for them. If me and my kid was going to go and cosplay or whatever as the Green Ranger, then this would be perfect for him, as would this for me. You can see the detail on it is not a whole lot of difference, in all honesty. This one obviously has more features, it lights up and all that sort of stuff. This one only has 2 working buttons. The gold, I think, looks a bit better on that, but there's nothing wrong with that one either. The green's pretty much the same, and the detail that they have put in it is basically the same, so I'm quite happy with it. It's a decent size, and for kids it's fine. But yeah, here's our off switch, so it doesn't make any noise. It may do when we turn it on, but it doesn't. So this is our like I said, these are 2 blank buttons, so this is our working button. Now, the only bad thing about this is that they're not specific sounds. So a lot of the sounds on this are the same as this. Obviously, there's some specific ones like the dragon, calling the dragon, Dragon Zord, and the particular one for the Blade Blaster, but so yeah, very, very similar kind of phrases and stuff like that, which is nice and easy to be able to put in and use on multiple occasions. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are in the Saber as well, and then obviously it's going to do other bits and bobs and whatever as well. So, which is fine, I'm okay with that. We know that it's probably going to be another £20 thing. But for a Dragon Dagger, yeah, it's okay. And as I say, the size difference is huge, which obviously contributes to the difference in the weight. This, I don't think it's even, this, no. Yeah, that's not even got batteries in it, and it's a lot heavier than this, which has, they all take little watch batteries, so they're little kind of circle watch batteries, so that's probably why they're not as heavy as you can see here we've got room for 3 of those each. So I'll give you my final thoughts on this, although I didn't really want to do much of a review. It was more of an unboxing because I just don't think these warrant it. I'll give you a couple of my final thoughts anyway. The coins are fine, they are what they are. You can see on the back that they've got little dots just to indicate who is going into the Morpher. I like the Morpher. I think, in my opinion, the back probably could have been black and that would have been a little bit better. So I don't know quite why they've done that, but it's just whatever. Again, just my personal preference. The Dragon Dagger is okay, but it feels small. Whereas the Blade Blaster doesn't necessarily feel like that. And again, it might just be because I don't have one, but I've got a 3D printed one, but I don't want to show you because it's massive and it will just make you think that this is overly small. But at least you've seen a comparison for the Dragon Dagger. So anybody that's kind of struggling to get one or wants one at an affordable price, wants one just as a display piece, this is fine. All of it is fine. I must admit, I think my favorite part of this is probably the Blade Blaster. The Morpher is just something we've seen over and over again. The Dragon Dagger is just what it is. It feels more like a kid's toy than any of the others, I think. And again, if you're just collecting anything Power Rangers or not, or just in general you wanted something specific, any of them are great, they're fine, and for the price point, absolutely beautiful. I mean, £60 for, or under £60 for all of this is pretty good considering you're paying more than that just for the Morpher on Hasbro, but you can see the difference in the quality, especially when you look at like the coins and everything. It is die cast, but again, you're paying 3 times as much for this. Well, this one particularly, you're probably paying 10 times at minimum. This one obviously has Jason Davis Frank's voice in, so this is the Master Morpher from Hasbro's Lightning collection, one of the last things that sort of came out, and that was the last thing that JDF had done. But yeah, you can obviously see the difference in the colour of the coins. You could respray them, it'd be quite nice, but to be honest, I don't do anything like that. I like to leave it as original as possible, just for my benefit. I know a lot of people want them more screen accurate or whatever, and if you used to buy labels and stuff from other companies for stuff like this, it's going to cost you more than the Morpher, so why? Like, it's never going to be a Hasbro Morpher. It is what it is. You've just got to it is just a kid's Morpher that's yeah, for kids. This one is absolutely beautiful. I just really hope that Playmates continue to do this kind of thing, and I'm just enjoying it, and I love going into shops seeing Power Ranger stuff on shelf. So as long as they keep putting stuff out, I will buy it. The masks I'm going to buy and not display, which is fine. Just going to buy them to, probably sound stupid, but support the cause kind of thing, and I will pack them away and just put them in the cupboard because I've got nowhere to display them. These ones I probably will be displaying somewhere. I'll find some sort of home for them. I've got some other bits that I don't necessarily feel like I want to display anymore, so I am now at the point for space where I'm going to have to start moving bits around, taking things off to replace with other stuff. So some of the stuff will be being boxed back up soon. It's either that or it's all going to have to go on the floor, so I'll try and avoid that. But anyway, this is all just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching as always. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video or found it useful in any way. Please leave a like, and I will keep pumping out these videos. Thank you very much guys for watching, and catch you next time.